All right, guys. So what's going on? I was just in my bank accounts and I was looking at some notice that EQ actually posted the exchange rate. Now, just to give you some context here, I used to use RBC as my main bank, and they have a lot of fees. They still do. They've come down in recent years, but they're still very high. So when you're looking at converting US dollars, the rate that they give you is 2.2% deviation from the standard rate. So you're always losing every time you go back and forth. And if you run a business online like I do, then you probably use a US dollar credit card because, of course, if you use a Canadian credit card, they're charging you even more when they do the conversions for you. So be that as it may, if you are running a business in Canada, you definitely want to move to EQ Bank. They have a much better spread, much better rate. And you can see that instead of the 2.2%, it's almost a whole percentage point better that you get with EQ. But not only that, EQ also gives you but EQ, you can also get a free US dollar bank account. When I was at RBC, I was paying $3 a month in US dollars, of course, for that. And while it's not a lot, it is something that you don't really need to pay. Also, RBC does not pay any interest on their US dollar account, whereas EQ Bank, I think they pay 2.75% interest. So you're actually making some interest as your money's sitting there. So it just makes a lot more sense. And then if you really want to take things up a notch, then you can go to Wise. Wise has a conversion, and then they also have this little fee, which kind of makes you feel like you're paying more for it. But because of the mid-market rate, they really only take that fee. Even though it feels like you're paying a little more when you do it, this is by far the best way to change income and to change money into different currencies. Another benefit of the Wise account is you can hold different currencies. So if you're going traveling to a different country, you can actually hold in that currency. And when you go to use your card at a local place, let's say you go to Switzerland and I don't know, whatever the currency is there, if you hold that, or let's use a better example. So let's say you go to the UK, you can actually transfer your Canadian money over to UK and hold that in your Wise account. And then when you actually go and use the Wise card, if you have that currency, the local currency, it will use that first. If you don't, it will convert it and you'll still get a better rate. So definitely if you're traveling anywhere and maybe you're going to be using euros or something else, definitely get the Wise account. But if you're just basic banking in Canada and you're with one of the top 5 banks that don't pay any good interest, definitely look at the EQ Bank. They also have a current savings account, which is delayed savings. So if you put it into the account, you will earn you even more money. And it just takes 14 days to take it out of that account. It's something that's popular in a lot of other countries like the UK. So just looking at these different examples here, if you were converting $1,000 US, okay, and that's just a small amount, but you'll see that you get 711 with Wise. That's including their fees. EQ Bank will give you $705, and RBC will only give you less than $700 for that. So you can see how that compounds over time. Anyhow, I'll put links to EQ and Wise in the description below, and definitely check it out if you want to save on fees, because trust me, the banking industry, particularly in Canada, they make a lot of money on fees because people are using the wrong kind of accounts. All right, so that's all for this video. Check out the links in the description, and we'll see you in the next video.